I'm sure you already saw the title, but today's video is going to be all about a comparison between dropshipping and Kindle Direct Publishing. Both are online business models that are excellent to take part in 2020, but in today's video, I'm going to be putting them side by side and comparing the two, what the downfalls are, what the upfalls are, and then I'm going to give you a little idea of maybe what the best option for you is for 2020. So let's get right into this. I don't want to waste more time. So before I get into the main reason why you clicked the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like content about entrepreneurship, online business, and personal health. I post online business videos every other week around Kindle publishing and just making money online. And then every other week I post personal health and those kinds of videos, like how to get up early in the morning and how to just make your life more productive. So if you like that kind of content, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and drop a like on this video. Helps a lot. Anyways, let's get right into the main topic of this video, which is a comparison between Shopify dropshipping, well, you can use any platform, but just dropshipping as a whole, and Kindle Direct Publishing. Just to give you an idea, I have done both of these businesses over the course of the past 3 years. Publishing I started back in September of 2019. It is now February 2020. Dropshipping I did at the end of around 2018 and into the beginning of 2019, and then I stopped for a while and just focused on like video stuff and photos, but that's for another video. If I can find a screenshot, I'll show my numbers from one of my Shopify stores, which I had back in January of 2019. I ended up selling that store eventually, but it was a print-on-demand store, and it did decent. It was my best performing store, which wasn't very impressive, but that was my experience with Shopify. And then I got into Kindle publishing around the end of 2019. So I just want to say before I start, I'm not hating on either one of these businesses. They are both excellent opportunities for 2020. You just have to execute and do them correctly. It really just depends on what your personal goals are, what you like doing, and what you find fulfilling, because they both have their pros, they both have their cons. But in today's video, I want to clear up what they are, and maybe it'll help you decide on which one is right for you. I don't want to keep talking. I always ramble like this before we get started. Let's get into the main comparison between dropshipping and Kindle Direct Publishing. I do want to give a background of what each are. So dropshipping, basically you're sourcing products from China, you're making a store on a platform, could be Shopify, and you're listing these products on your website with photos from the Chinese website, which is Alibaba or AliExpress, whatever. You could use any kind of supplier. This is the traditional model that I've experienced. You could source products from the United States too. Most people are doing it from China. And then you're promoting these products via advertising on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be. And people make an order on your store. You have no physical product or no physical inventory, and you get their information, their shipping address or whatever, and then you buy the product from AliExpress directly from China, put in their shipping information, and ship it to their house in the United States. So you have no physical inventory. And this is what makes it so enticing for people to do. On the flip side, Kindle Direct Publishing is sourcing out writers and making your own books, mainly nonfiction books, and self-publishing them through Amazon and Audible and selling them on those platforms. I want to get into the first thing, which is literally a word in one of the businesses, and it is shipping. So when it comes to Shopify dropshipping, you're shipping things from China. So right off the bat, it's a lot slower when you're shipping things from China. You use their traditional dropshipping method. People will ship things using e-packet, which is a method of shipping, and that takes usually like 2 to 4 weeks probably to get to your house. And I've shipped some stuff directly from AliExpress to my house. Usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get here. So that's a long time that you're making a customer wait for their product. So if they buy something from your site and you ship it and fulfill it the next day, they're not going to get that product for 3 to 4 days, or 3 to 4 weeks rather. Amazon KDP, on the other hand, Amazon's handling all the shipping for you. So when a customer places an order, you literally do nothing. Amazon fulfills it and ships it to the customer. It is print on demand. So they're printing your book and then they're shipping it to the person. So it's not like FBA, which ships in like 2 to 3 days or whatever it is. Like if you see a Prime logo on Amazon, that means it's FBA. It's fulfilled by Amazon. It is still fulfilled by Amazon, but they're printing the book when the person buys it. Or maybe I don't really know this for sure. They might have them all pre-printed, and then when you get an order, they'll ship it. But I think that's not until you have like a book that sells a lot, so they know to print it. But I'm spinning things that I don't even know about right now. What I mainly know is that it's a lot quicker than 3 to 4 weeks, probably 2 weeks maximum when they're printing and shipping to the places in the United States, which is going to be your main marketplace for selling books. So that's the shipping comparison. Margins is my next comparison between the two businesses. Margins with Shopify really depend on what product you use. You can choose your price completely, but for the most part, they're going to be pretty slim. Like I said, it's going to vary from product to product, but you got to factor in a lot of things with dropshipping, like ad spend, shipping, Shopify subscriptions, or whatever website you're using. That's going to account into your costs, your application subscriptions that are integrated into Shopify, returns, etc. There's so many things that you could add into the price and the cost of Shopify dropshipping. It really starts to add up. And this is why lots of people get a lot of hate when they see people making courses and promoting their sales numbers from one day's revenue. Because a lot of the time when you're dropshipping, most of the guys are making probably 10 to 30% profit off of that big revenue screenshot of their Shopify store that you're seeing. So that's just something to consider when it comes to dropshipping. With Kindle, the margins are relatively predictable. Your only costs are going to be the upfront costs that you pay for your books. So your writing costs, your cover costs, your proofreading and editing costs. It's all like one-time things. With Shopify, you are dealing with a lot of monthly stuff. Don't get me wrong, there's still monthly stuff you gotta deal with Kindle, like your ad spend, which is a lot less than Facebook ads. Like Shopify, you gotta deal with a lot of spending of money with Facebook ads, testing. So you're gonna lose a lot of money that way. Kindle, like people are already searching for terms that you're bidding on. Like the way their advertising platform works is it's pay per click. So like when someone clicks your ad, that's when you pay. With Facebook, if someone just looks at your ad, you're gonna get charged. From my experience, pricing books on KDP, you usually get like around 50% profit. You get a royalty for every time your book sells. So like, for example, on a book that I was selling for $17.99 on Kindle, a paperback, it was making around $8 to $9 each royalty that I made a sale. So pretty good margins with a book sale. Most of the time, like higher priced books sell a little bit better because you have a higher perceived value. The same goes for dropshipping. Like that could apply to, like if you have a higher priced item, it might have a higher perceived value, but it depends on what the store looks like. With Amazon, like you're literally just, everyone knows what Amazon looks like. So if they see a product on there, it's not really dependent on the store. It's more dependent on the quality and what the book looks like and the cover and stuff like that. So those are the margins. Next thing I'm gonna move into is customer service. So customer service when it comes to Shopify dropshipping it can be a absolute nightmare. A lot of things start to add up, like that late shipping time, products arriving broken or damaged, like just not good quality at all. And you have to deal with returns yourself. Customers get, like from my experience, people get really angry when their stuff's really late and they don't have a shipping number, tracking number. And you got to deal with those customers directly. I've experienced people literally calling my personal cell phone because orders from China haven't shipped to their house in like 3 weeks. And that's kind of something that's uncomfortable to deal with for me anyways. Customer service is basically all on you when it comes to drop shipping. KDP, on the other hand, shipping is pretty fast. Like I said before, if a product is like late or it's damaged when it gets there, that's on Amazon. They'll refund the customer, but you don't get charged for that. And you never really talk to customers at all. Amazon does all this because it's fulfilled by them. They deal with all the returns. It's really nice in that way. So customer service isn't really a factor in KDP. Dropshipping, it's one of the main things that you want to take into account. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is suppliers. So most of the time when you're dealing with suppliers with dropshipping, it's going to be from AliExpress and they're not going to speak very great English. It's inevitable. Like they're speaking a different language. So like they're not going to speak very good English a lot of the time. Some of them do, but most of the time it's tough to communicate. They don't really care about you in most cases. They have a bunch of other orders they're dealing with and they're in different time zones. So like it's difficult to talk to them because they're completely opposite time zones than you if you're shipping from, well, if you're working from the States. And you're just dealing with like a big corporation. It feels like it's not very personal. When it comes to Kindle, your suppliers are more like freelancers. So you're working through people that you find through like Upwork and Fiverr for like cover design and ghostwriting services. It's all like freelancers. So like it's a lot more easy communication and it's one-on-one, feels a lot more personalized. So this is just my experience. With Shopify, you're dealing with that big corporation kind of thing. With Kindle, you're one-on-one. So you're kind of building long lasting relationships too. And you're almost like hiring someone that's working for you. So it's a lot more healthy in my opinion. And it's something that I like a lot more than dealing with like a supplier from AliExpress. So the next one is a big one, and that is scalability. Shopify, do not get me wrong, it is a very scalable business that you can scale very quickly. It can be challenging though, because you need to have a bit of background knowledge when it comes to Facebook ads and Google ads. And they are pretty complicated. I can say personally, I am not very good at Facebook ads. I am not very good at Google ads. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort and dedication to learn those kind of things. So if you put the time in, you can definitely get a lot of money from Shopify dropshipping rather quickly. Like I've seen people scale stores in like 2 weeks and make so much cash with Shopify dropshipping. It's nuts. At the same time, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money up front on testing and seeing what works and what doesn't with ads. But yeah, like a product has a potential to go viral because it's on Facebook and there's sharing and stuff like that. So that's one thing that's super excellent about Shopify dropshipping. If you know a lot about ads, you can scale that business to the moon. Publishing is a lot slower. It's definitely easily scalable and it's very repeatable. You make one book, post it, make another book, post it, and just keep building that business. And the compound effect with publishing is nuts. So like scaling a publishing business is definitely something that's easily done, but it's a lot slower than Shopify. So if you have more patience, Kindle is something that it's probably better geared towards you. But if you don't have patience at all and you want to get that money real quick, then you can try Shopify, but it's definitely a lot more difficult. When it comes to Kindle, like you're dealing with the Amazon ads platform, which is a lot more beginner friendly than Facebook ads. So that's something to take into account as well. Like for me, I didn't even know what Amazon ads were before. Well, I kind of had a bit of knowledge from FBA when I used to do that back in the day, but the Amazon ads for publishing are a bit different. I started doing this in like September and I'm already feeling a little bit better with those ads. Facebook ads, I still don't even know anything about really, and I've dealt with them for a long time. But once you get good with the Amazon ads thing, like you can just start scaling those products and making more ad campaigns, and just it's easier to understand. Potential to go viral is a lot lower because you can't like share a product listing on Amazon. Facebook has an easier function with dropshipping products, but that's my take on scalability for both businesses. So I have two more things to go over here. It's going to be, the first one's going to be startup costs. Dropshipping, you can basically start for free and take that with a grain of salt because you're going to have to pay for ads. You're going to have to pay for a Shopify store subscription and all these other little things. But at the beginning, it's pretty low because you can get like free subscriptions and really you're just paying for ads on Facebook and that's it. When it comes to Kindle, you're going to need like 1 to 2K USD if you really want to get going and get a head start with the business. You can do it for free. You can write your own books, but I don't recommend it. You're going to want that startup money to get your books written by a professional ghostwriter, edited and cover design, all that stuff. That 1 to 2K is going to get you started. But keep in mind, like lots of people, this is going to scare them away. This $1,000, $2,000 thing. So there's a lot less competition and it's less saturated than when it comes to Shopify, which is basically free to enter into. So there's a lot more competition and a lot more stores to compete with. We're getting a bit bright there. I had to fix that. I didn't realize that. And the last thing I want to talk about is longevity of the business. Products in Shopify, like, they go viral, but they're not going to last for longer than like 3 to 5 months. Like that's the sweet spot that I've known with people who like do that traditional method where they ship from China. Those products will go viral on Facebook and then they last for like 3 to 5 months. Now don't get me wrong, it could last way longer than that. It could be way shorter than that, but that seems like the average. You do have a potential to go long term if you brand the product. Like I've known people who branded things like those magnet mounts. Like you can go long term with that kind of thing. When it comes to Kindle, like there's no real comparison. You can make books and they're going to sit on Amazon forever. Okay, the longevity with the business is very long. Like it's highly effective. If you have a book that's high quality and it's got a good cover, written well, it's like 30K words, it's going to sit on Amazon forever and it's going to keep rolling in sales. As long as you put that initial time in and the initial effort to make sure it's high quality, like the book will stay there and it's long term. You keep building, you have more and more books. Each month you're making like 2 or 3 books. Like it just keeps building. You can really see how long term of a business KDP is compared to Shopify dropshipping. Okay, so those are the, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 main topics that I compared and contrast between dropshipping and KDP. Both excellent online business models. If you can't tell, I lean more towards KDP. I've made way more money with Kindle than I ever did with dropshipping. Dropshipping, don't get me wrong, like I said, you can make a lot of money with that business model. It just depends if you know how to do Facebook ads and really market a product. Kindle, if you don't really know marketing that well, Amazon is well known. Everyone likes to buy from Amazon. You don't have to do as much marketing and there's no Facebook ads. And there's a lot more pluses to Kindle than there is dropshipping, in my opinion. You might like dropshipping. You might like that whole idea of not having any inventory. And maybe you like customer service. I don't know. Totally up to you. From my experiences, a lot less challenging to get going with Kindle. Less competition. Not as many people want to put in $1,000 to $2,000 to start. It's going to cost you a little bit to get going, but it's worth it in the long run. And Amazon handles a lot of the headaches that are the main core of Shopify dropshipping. Kindle is good. Dropshipping is good. Both have their pluses and minuses. To each their own. Pick what you think is best suited for your personal goals and what you think will get you to where you want to be at the end of 2020. That's it for today. I don't want to keep rambling about this. I hope that makes you have a better idea of which business model might be better suited for you. If you like my content, like I said before, make sure you subscribe, drop a like on the video, and turn on the notification bell so you know when I post. I post every single week on Sundays usually. If you aren't tired of me already, you can check out my Instagram. It's right here. I post behind the scenes stuff in my stories. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. This compare and contrast between dropshipping and KDP. Make sure you tune in for next week, and I will see you then.